Today we were doing our usual demonstrations on grounds, and out of nowhere pops this pro-life activist, and she proposes the question, so why are you guys pro-choice? Why are you doing this 1 in 3 campaign? And she wasn't trying to be controversial, or she wasn't trying to argue with us, I guess to say it in that way. She really just genuinely wanted to know why. And you could just tell that she was really passionate about her viewpoint. And out of all of the answers that she was given, none of them could combat with her passion or even her story. And that's problematic for me. So to you, pro-choice woman, and to viewers, why am I pro-choice, and why am I an activist for the 1 in 3 campaign? Why am I advocating this campaign? My ideology is really quite simple. I believe that every woman from infancy to old age has the right to when, where, and under what circumstances she chooses to bear life. My passion for pro-choice activism is infinite. And that's because I come from southern rural Virginia, where abortion restriction is an institutionalized system. And when I say that, I mean that from infancy we are isolated, prohibited, and restricted from access to sexual health education and reproductive health. Yet across race, culture, and class, the plight regarding the lack of abortion services or reproductive health education services, is felt by so many. And yet their stories, they remain unheard. My experience has been the struggle, and I mean it's been a struggle to witness women fall victim to anti-choice robber barons. I've witnessed, countless women start this life with absolutely nothing. And I mean no aspirations, no motivation, no support. I mean no one. That means no teachers, no family, or their society having positive aspirations for them. Yet I see these women relentlessly utilize their faltering educations, their faltering family units, in order to reach a point where, the hope for aspirations and the prospect of privilege, is finally in their reach. And then sadly, that sweat, those tears, the toll to gain the bare minimum, which is just the prospect of privilege, the hope to have the motivation to one day access that privilege. Because can you imagine entering this world and not having anything? I mean, not even having a hope that there will be a brighter tomorrow. So all the work that you put in is based on faith, because you have no idea. It's not even faith, because you have no idea that anything better is out there, and yet you still work hard. And then one day you reach a point where you see something that's different from what you're in, and you don't know if that different thing is going to bring about a better tomorrow. You just hope that maybe it will. And before you can even make it over there to see if there is something better in that different thing, it's snatched away. Snatched away because in southern rural America, pregnancy is the only expectation. It's an inevitable, predestined part of a woman's life cycle. I've had to witness so many of my childhood friends fall victim to this death, or, countless others. My experience, all of it. My friends, my family, those who have been lost, those who have been robbed. It has become my ideology, and that ideology has refracted my ideology in a sense, and that is the only reality that I know at this point. It's the only way that I can see things. Pro-choice is my standpoint and my perspective, and I will not stop telling these stories of lost voices until my own voice, my breath of life, is relinquished. And that is why I will stand in the pouring rain on my first day of class, screaming pro-choice slogans, or I will enter a CPC surrounded by pro-life activists, and then I will enter into a rational dialogue with these individuals. Because for me, being an activist, it's more than just telling stories to people who will agree with me. It's about realizing the commonality of passion with those who oppose my viewpoint. And you know, this movement, it's more than just knowing what you're fighting for. It's knowing why you're fighting. You know, the commonalities and the differences. And I believe that, you know, knowing that will make me a better activist. It will make me a little more conscious and a little more strategic. And that's why I am a pro-choice activist.